The following may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Body of shipwrecked Venezuelan man washed ashore at Cedros beach. 2 more survivors rescued. 2 more Venezuelan survivors from the Delta Amacuro boat wreck have been rescued from the high seas, while a body, believed to be that of a shipwrecked passenger, resurfaced at Fullerton Beach, Cedros, yesterday. The bloated corpse of a Venezuelan male washed ashore before midday. The man has not yet been identified, but Cedros police said they will liaise with the Venezuelan authorities to identify him. The boatload of over 25 migrants had been bound for Trinidad, but while attempting to cross the Strait of the Sea known as Boca de Serpiente, a strip of water that separates Venezuela from Trinidad, their boat capsized, throwing everyone into the sea. A total of 4 bodies have been found so far: 2 men, a woman, and a child. Venezuela's Tani Tanes Delta's Facebook page listed the names of the 7 survivors. Commissioner Noel Valderrama, Secretary of Citizen Security of the Delta Amacuro state, was quoted as saying, "So far there are 7 survivors. They were evaluated by medical personnel and they are in good health. We are verifying their identities and then returning them to their homes. It is a normal procedure that does not imply any commitment for them. It is what is done in these cases." He also issued a warning to Venezuelans not to take the risk to travel illegally to Trinidad. "You should not travel illegally. There is no guarantee of reaching your intended destination, nor is there anyone to ensure your safety and protect you," he said. The report revealed that one of the survivors had been wearing a life jacket and had held on to another shipwrecked man, saving both their lives. Monica Birabal de Benitez said the people who were shipwrecked had been searching for a better life. "What do you think? Who risked their lives for the love of art? They leave without thinking because of the rulers' scoundrels who in the end are not even thinking about the garbage of the country that they are leaving to their children and grandchildren," she wrote. Body of MSJ member found in trunk of rental car. Movement for Social Justice 2019 local government candidate O.C. Leonard fought for his impoverished community and spoke out against injustice and poor living standards. Yet despite his good rapport with neighbors, Leonard was shot on Saturday night at the Rudal Cemetery and his body stuffed in the trunk of his rented car a short distance from where he lived. Police said Conata Antoine, 39, of San Fernando, told them he rented a silver Nissan Versa to Leonard on Wednesday and he was supposed to bring it back that same day. But Antoine said Leonard's family later contacted him saying he was missing. Antoine said when he checked the car's GPS, he realized it had been parked for 21 hours at the cemetery. They later found Leonard in a fetal position in the trunk with a gunshot wound to the left side of his head. The doors and trunk of the car were open. Police said they do not think Leonard was robbed because he was still wearing his black wristwatch. It is uncertain why Leonard rented a car. He owned a Nissan B14, which was parked outside his apartment 2, Block F home at Embarcadero, San Fernando. His neighbors, who requested anonymity, said they were puzzled about the death and alarmed it took place right opposite their homes in the old cemetery. "We don't know what happened there, but it is sad because O.C. was a cool guy," one neighbor said. MSJ leader David Abdullah confirmed Leonard contested the Springvale Paradise seat of the San Fernando City Corporation but lost. He was a passionate young man who spoke about the situations affecting his community, as well as others who were historically dispossessed. He was a strong supporter of social justice and fought for equality in the society, Abdullah said. He explained that he saw Leonard 1 month ago and was told he was continuing to meet with his community. Asked whether he believed the death was politically motivated, Abdullah said he did not know the circumstances. I have no information about what caused it and why he was killed. I don't like speculating. Until the police do their investigations and solve the crime quickly, we won't know the truth of the matter. He said he planned to speak with the Leonard family and offer assistance if needed. Anyone with information on Leonard's murder can contact Crime Stoppers at 800-TIPS. Valencia man erased at home. A Valencia man was ambushed and killed as he was liming near his home on Saturday. The man was identified as Nathaniel Gould, 23, of Swan Quarry Road, Valencia. Police reports indicate that around 6:15 p.m. on Saturday, Gould was sitting on an old refrigerator at the side of Ramjon Trace, Valencia, when an unknown man walked up to him, pulled out a gun and opened fire. Gould was shot several times about his body and fell off the refrigerator and died. Residents told police they heard several loud explosions, and when they went out to check, they saw Gould covered in blood on the ground. Responding to the report were AG Inspector Ramkisson, Sergeant Leon, CSI officers, PCS Daniel, and Kiraj. The area was cordoned off and homicide officers PC Wren and WPC Marshal of Arouca Homicide Bureau Region 2 processed the scene and found 16 spent 9mm shells. District Medical Officer Ndezima viewed the body and ordered its removal to the Sangre Grande mortuary, from where it will be taken to the Forensic Science Center, St. James, for a post-mortem. PC Wren of Arouca Homicide Region 2 is continuing investigations. Headless body found along the Riverbank, Upper Dibe Road. Police officers made a horrific discovery of a headless body along the riverbank at Upper Dibe Road in St. James yesterday. According to a police report, between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Saturday, an informant was at Upper Dibe Road, St. James, when a loud crashing noise was heard in the bushes along the river near his location. Approximately 20 minutes later, he made checks along the roadway about 20 feet from his location, where he observed a pool of blood with a trail leading to the river. The informant contacted the police command center, and at about 7:30 a.m. yesterday, when officers of the St. James CID and Western Division Task Force arrived on the scene, the informant pointed out several areas along Upper Dibe Road and along the riverbank. A search of the riverbank was conducted by the officers, and they eventually found a headless body. Members of Homicide Region 1 are continuing investigations. Hammer attack assailant still not found. In an unrelated incident, investigations are continuing into a hammer attack on a 56-year-old Carapachama man. The man, of no fixed place of abode, has been identified as Wayne King. According to a police report, at about 1:45 p.m. on Thursday last week, King was at St. Mary's gas station where he had a verbal altercation with a man who subsequently took out a hammer and dealt King a blow to the head. King slumped to the ground and was assisted by onlookers while the suspect ran off. Eyewitnesses said that King was walking around the area selling fresh seasoning when he was approached by a man who allegedly asked him for $20. King allegedly told the man he had no money and immediately was attacked by the man with a hammer. Police said King sustained major injuries to the right side of his head.